Most people are told that if they just stay focused, work hard, and mind their business, everything will eventually work out. They're told that success is guaranteed as long as they follow the rules. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself why, despite all the effort, so many people still feel stuck? Why does it seem like no matter how much harder people work, they barely move forward? And why does the gap between those who struggle and those who thrive keep growing wider every year? Welcome to Precision Net, where we break down money, systems, and reality the way they actually work, not the way they're marketed to you. This channel exists to help you see clearly, think independently, and understand the financial world beyond surface-level advice. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still falling behind, this conversation is for you. From an early age, most people are quietly trained to follow a single path. You're encouraged to study hard, get good grades, earn qualifications, and secure a job. That path is sold as the safest, most responsible option. What's rarely mentioned is that this path is designed for predictability, not freedom. It creates workers who are reliable, compliant, and dependent on monthly income. It doesn't prioritize ownership, leverage, or long-term independence. Take, for example, someone who graduates with a college degree. They land a job paying $2,500 per month. It feels like success. But before the paycheck even hits their account, taxes take roughly $400. Health insurance deducts another $250. Suddenly, $2,500 has become closer to $1,850. Then come rent at $900, utilities at $150, groceries at $300, and transport at $150. After all that, they're left with $350 for savings, emergencies, or anything unexpected. And yet, the advice is always the same. Budget better, save more, work harder. Even if they take a second job or pick up side hustles, the system has a way of keeping them running without escaping. Working 2 jobs might increase their income to $4,000, but taxes, extra commuting costs, higher food consumption, and wear and tear on mental and physical health quickly eat up the gains. The system ensures that working harder alone never leads to true financial freedom. Debt is introduced as a solution. Suddenly, they're encouraged to finance almost everything. A $1,200 smartphone, a $25,000 car, $5,000 in furniture. Each purchase feels manageable because it's broken down into monthly payments. $50 a month for the phone, $100 for the car, $150 for furniture. What's hidden is the total cost with interest and how it shackles freedom. Missing one payment risks late fees, repossession, or credit damage. The system teaches reliance on debt, not accumulation of assets. And it's not just debt, it's the psychological trap. Society trains you to seek approval. People chase status symbols, measuring success by recognition or appearance instead of real independence. A $400 suit or a $500 dinner out might make you look successful to friends, but it doesn't move you closer to freedom. It keeps you in the cycle of earning to spend. Inflation quietly erodes purchasing power. $1,000 today buys far less than it did 5 years ago. Wages rarely keep up. That $2,500 monthly salary from earlier may feel like more if it rises to $3,000. But the rent is now $1,100. Groceries $350, utilities $180. Suddenly, the pay raise feels like a trap. More money, same struggles, same dependency. The system rewards asset ownership, not effort. Time is another invisible constraint. Most people are paid for hours worked, not value created. You can only work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. No matter how hard you push, there's a ceiling. Take the $2,500 worker. Even if they double their hours to 80 per week by taking extra shifts, they might only double their pre-tax income to $3,700. But exhaustion and burnout reduce productivity and life satisfaction. The system keeps people trapped in the illusion that effort equals progress. Social media amplifies the trap. You scroll past posts of people making $10,000 a month, traveling, or buying luxury cars at 25. It creates envy, pushes overspending, and makes normal progress feel inadequate. Most people don't see the leverage, inheritance, networks, or timing that those posts hide. The result? chasing shortcuts instead of building real foundations. Even investing, which is promoted as a way out, is designed to favor those with existing capital. Beginner investors are told they need thousands to start. Many jump in unprepared, chasing trends and losing money. Meanwhile, people with $50,000 or $100,000 already have access to private deals, lower fees, and insider knowledge. The system limits upward mobility by controlling opportunity. Perhaps the cruelest part is how the system convinces you that your struggles are personal failures. If you're broke, you're told to work harder. If you're stressed, manage your time better. If you fail, blame yourself. Meanwhile, the system quietly ensures that most people never see beyond survival mode, never question the rules, and never gain control of their own financial destiny. The reality is that financial freedom isn't about working harder. It's about working differently, seeing the invisible rules, and making strategic choices. It's about questioning the narratives, understanding leverage, and prioritizing assets over consumption. That's how some people escape the system. Not luck, but awareness and deliberate action. Here's another example. Imagine someone earning $3,000 a month who decides to start a small side business. They reinvest $500 every month into stock, e-commerce, or a service. After 6 months, they have $3,000 invested. But then emergencies hit, $800 in car repairs, for $100 in medical bills. Without a safety net, they are forced to liquidate investments or take on high-interest credit. The system rewards the patient and the prepared, but punishes the average worker for trying. Another layer is how basic lifestyle pressures are disguised as necessities. The $2,500 worker needs a $1,200 phone to stay relevant, a $50 streaming subscription for entertainment, $60 for weekly takeout. All of it seems small individually, but collectively, it prevents meaningful wealth accumulation. The system ensures consumption becomes a habit, not a choice. Even education keeps people trapped. Schools emphasize test scores, degrees, and compliance, but rarely teach how to budget, invest, or create businesses. A graduate may know macroeconomics or biology, but have no clue about credit scores, compound interest, or passive income. By the time they realize, they're already in the trap. $30,000 in student loans, $2,000 rent, $500 car payment, and barely enough to save. Networking is another hidden factor. Most people's friends, family, and social circles are also stuck in the system. If everyone around you measures success by hourly work or appearances, it reinforces the cycle. Few people are exposed to the strategies or opportunities that could break them out. That isolation ensures the system keeps running quietly. Even side hustles are subtly limited. Gig work or freelancing can make extra cash, but the system ensures these opportunities are fragmented and temporary. Driving for $20 per hour or freelancing for $15 per hour never scales like owning an asset or business. Most people exhaust themselves chasing small increments while the system moves unchecked. Healthcare is another silent trap. A minor illness or accident can cost $500 to $1,500 in deductibles or copays, wiping out a month's savings. The worker is left scrambling while the insurance industry profits. The system keeps you reliant, afraid, and focused on survival rather than growth. Taxes and fees are yet another layer. Even if someone manages to earn $5,000 extra from a side business, a significant portion, $1,000, $500, goes to income taxes. Every gain is partially siphoned off, leaving most people frustrated and exhausted. The system ensures survival, not wealth. The system also enforces a culture of busyness. Being constantly on is framed as ambition, while rest is framed as laziness. A worker putting in 50 to 60 hours a week is celebrated, but their mental health, creativity, and long-term financial planning deteriorate. Exhaustion becomes the norm, while freedom remains distant. Here's another scenario. Someone inherits $10,000 from a family member. Instead of being able to invest, pay off debt, or start a business, the system ensures the money is drained through credit card payments, emergency expenses, or lifestyle inflation. Without a strategy or guidance, even a windfall gets absorbed back into the cycle. Even renting keeps people trapped. A $1,200 apartment may feel affordable, but renters miss out on building equity. $1,200 a month over 10 years amounts to $144,000 spent with nothing to show for it. Meanwhile, landlords benefit, compounding wealth quietly as the renter continues chasing survival. The illusion of meritocracy keeps people compliant. People believe that working harder, being disciplined, or playing by the rules guarantees success. Yet countless stories of hardworking individuals earning $50,000 a year, working 60 hours a week, and still living paycheck to paycheck prove otherwise. The system rewards leverage, assets, and strategy, not effort alone. Entrepreneurship itself is subtly constrained. The $500, $1,000, or even $5,000 startup attempts often fail, not because of lack of skill, but because systems like banking, credit access, marketing algorithms, and taxes favor those with more capital and connections. Most small ventures never scale, keeping the majority in dependency. But awareness changes everything. When you begin to understand that the system is designed for efficiency, not fairness, you stop measuring yourself by standards that were never meant to serve you. You start asking different questions. You think about ownership instead of consumption. You become intentional about debt instead of treating it casually. You focus on skills that create leverage rather than trading time endlessly. Escaping the system doesn't mean rejecting it completely. It means learning how it works so you can navigate it intelligently. It means playing a longer game, even when short-term rewards are tempting. It means understanding that financial freedom is not about flashy lifestyles, but about control. Control over your time, your decisions, and your future direction. Most people will never question the structure they live in. They'll stay busy, distracted, and exhausted, wondering why life feels harder every year. But a few will slow down, observe patterns, and start making deliberate choices. Those people don't escape because they're lucky. They escape because they see clearly, and clarity changes behavior. Once you truly understand the system, you stop fighting yourself and start redesigning your approach. You stop chasing illusions and start building substance. And while the system may still exist, it no longer controls you the same way. That awareness is where real freedom begins.